Do not share this video. We are getting unbelievably close to the story I've been telling you since 2020. Pay attention.
I ain't gonna give in now. I think I gotta live this now. I ain't gonna be when I'ma kill this stuff real quick. I'ma go take it to town, cause I gotta be that king in the ring when I'm knocking them out when I'm back with the will. Cause I am just up on the journey. You just know that I'm just going insane.
Warriors, rise. Grand Rising, good evening, Warriors all over the world. My name is Coach JV, and since 2020, I've been presenting you macro and macroeconomic information to help you make informed decisions. I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. I'm just pulling myself up into a 30,000 word overview. And as everybody looks this way, I always look this way. Coming from the banking system and spending 8 to 9 hours a day with my research team researching this knowledge, we're just sharing information that everybody has access to. Every single person has access to the FDIC information on the websites. I'm going to show you a little bit about that. But today, I'm going to take you from 2020 all the way to present. I've been telling you guys since 2020 that crypto companies are going to become banks, and banks are going to become crypto companies. Remember, they say crypto's a fraud, blockchain's here to stay. Blockchain is the rails, the infrastructure, the new technology taking us from Web 2.0 to Web 3.0. Certain cryptocurrencies are the the caboose, the train running on those rails. Your job is to find out which trains are connected to the proper blockchains that are going to be here to change the infrastructure. It's nothing new under the sun. Auto boom bust, okay, .com bust. Okay, now there's a crypto bust, technology bust. We're now in the regulation and joining phase. First, they resist it, then they sue it, then they regulate it, then they join it. You're in the regulation and joining phase, and I'm going to take you through facts, figures, numbers, logic. If you'd like to coach with me privately, so we have a group going right now. We have another coaching program coming up on April 3rd. We have 10 spots. Okay, click the description down below. My team member will actually reach out to you and answer any questions you may have. If you want to jump right into our open community, if that's more palatable for you, we have a Warrior Academy. Over 6,000 warriors worldwide since 2020 have gotten support transitioning from this Web 2.0 to Web 3.0. And you do my revolutionary 120-day challenge. Mindset, subconscious mind programming, goal setting, fitness, access to my portfolio, everything you need to succeed in this quantum financial system and the shift from industrial to technical. Click the description down below. So let's dive right in, Warriors. All right, so don't share this video. I'm going to give you guys, you can share it if you want, but I'm just going to give you some deep information. This is all available to you, everybody, though. So it's like, I guess the reason why I say don't share it is because people just aren't going to get it. They're not going to understand it. And the reason why they're not going to understand it is because we're deeply indoctrinated for a very, very long time. And it's not their fault. It's not their fault. Unless you're spending all this time or you're watching these videos, your job is not to change other people's minds. Your job is to change yourself. If we all worked harder on ourselves than we did anything else, the whole world would change. That's it. The elites would have to change. Okay, they want you arguing. They want you fighting. They want you confused. Okay, so let's take a journey back to 2022. Well, let's go 2019. The World Economic had a pandemic preparedness response, okay, drill. By 2020, we're completely locked down worldwide, key worldwide. This is not left, right, for, against anything. I'm just going to present facts to you. Okay, during that time, as we were all looking this way and our whole lives were getting turned upside down, we were confused, we were scared, we were buying toilet paper. The monetary system was going through a massive shuffling of key players. And I'm going to take you from 2020 to today, and then you can make an informed decision. So in January, it was around by January 2020, Brian Brooks was getting ready to, by March, leave the head legal counsel of Coinbase, one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges in the world. So Brian Brooks, this gentleman right here, was the head legal counsel of Coinbase, okay? Head lawyer at Coinbase. He left the head lawyer of Coinbase. Remember, Coinbase is connected to BlackRock through Aladdin. BlackRock is connected to Circle. He left the head legal counsel of Coinbase to become the head of the OCC, okay? Operation of Currency Control. Okay, so Coinbase chief legal officer leaves to take a senior role as a U.S. bank regulator. So he left the head legal counsel of Coinbase to become the head of the OCC, a U.S. bank regulator. During his short time there, okay, so one player moved, became the head of the OCC. This is what he did. On July 22nd, 2020, as we're all looking this way, federally chartered and thrifts may provide custody services for crypto assets. The Office of Currency Control, the OCC, today published a letter clarifying national banks and federal saving associations' authority to provide custody to cryptocurrency services for customers. National and state banks and thrifts have a long provided safekeeping of custody services, including both physical objects and electronic assets. The OCC has specifically recognized the importance of digital assets and the authority for banks to provide safekeeping for such assets since 1998. In the letter published today, the OCC concludes that providing crypto custody services, including holding unique cryptographic keys associated with cryptocurrency, is a modern form of traditional bank activities related to custody services. Crypto custody services may extend beyond passively holding keys. So Brian Brooks leads the head legal counsel of Coinbase, be the top of the OCC, Operation of Currency Control, a bank regulator, and allows federally chartered thrifts and banks to custody your crypto. Brian Brooks exits already in 2020, going into 2021, to become the head CEO or in US Binance. Now, there's something interesting happening right now. So he goes to Binance, okay? And I don't know if this is tinfoil hat. He goes there maybe to find out how CZ was running this, and then he bounces. He left very quickly. So we'll circle back to that at the end, okay? So Brian Brooks, write that note down. Okay, then during the same time while Brian Brooks is sitting there, Jay Clayton, who was head of the SEC at that time, on December 20th, 2020, initiates a case against Ripple, trading XRP as a security. Now let's pause for just a moment. So Jay Clayton is another person you need to write down. Key person. Brian Brooks is on the head of the OCC. Jay Clayton sitting the head of the SEC, initiates a case against Ripple, the most well-run crypto company in the ecosystem. Also, Ripple is a regulated company that works with regulated institutions. Bitcoin and Ethereum get a pass by Bill Hinman from the SEC, who is already consulting for a cryptocurrency fund. Okay, and Jay Clayton initiates this case. So think about that for just a moment. I said in 2020 that this is all about bringing in regulation and a new Howey test. Since 2020, we're still sitting in the case in 2023 when all other cases, Kraken settles, all these things settle very, very quickly. But for some reason, we're still sitting with no settlement for over 2 years, okay? That was initiated to bring in a new Howey test and regulation. They already knew that crypto was going to be inside the banks. Brian Brooks initiated it so that cryptocurrency can be custodied at your local bank. Okay, so this is another player you need to write down. Then Jay Clayton, right after he initiates this case, 3 days later, Hester Pierce, she's our ally in the SEC, they made an announcement that on December 28th, about 8 days later, that Jay Clayton would be leaving the SEC. So he initiates a case against Ripple, and then he bounces the SEC really quickly and goes to consult for a cryptocurrency fund. It's either New River or One River. Someone comment down below. I think it's One River Capital that increased their position in Bitcoin and Ethereum right before he initiated the case. So Jay Clayton leaves and then goes and consults for a cryptocurrency fund. So now we have Brian Brooks, who left the head legal counsel of Coinbase to be the head of the OCC, allows federally chartered banks to custody your cryptocurrency. Jay Clayton initiates a case against Ripple. He leaves to consult for a cryptocurrency fund as Bill Hinman from the former SEC is sitting on consulting for Andreessen Horowitz $2.2 billion crypto fund, okay? This whole time, they're telling you cryptocurrency is fraud. This whole time, they're pushing you out of cryptocurrency. This whole time, Jamie Dimon is telling you cryptocurrency is a fraud. Blockchain's here to stay, but cryptocurrency is a fraud, okay? Then they bring in Gary Gensler, who is the head MIT professor for cryptocurrency, okay? He also is deep. Let's go back really quickly. Let's talk about Jay Clayton really quick. So Jay Clayton, just go look up the boards that Jay Clayton's on. He is on a ton of boards that are connected to clearinghouses and how financial systems work. Key. Okay. Then Gary Gensler comes in. Gary Gensler has a long history. He used to be part of the CFTC. He was also a deep Wall Street insider and trader. Okay. So if you go through Gary Gensler's history, now we have Gary Gensler coming on board, who is tapped to go after cryptocurrency. Now, was he tapped to go after cryptocurrency, or was he tapped to bring it under the normal? I wouldn't say normal, underneath this banking system, so we don't have a decentralized bank run. And here's why I think that. Okay. At the same time that all this is going on, we transition to 2022 as everything's collapsing and they're showing you that cryptocurrency is a fraud. We had Celsius collapse, FTX collapse, we had a stablecoin collapse. The US Fed on August 15th, okay, they opened pathway for crypto banks to tap central bank system. The central bank will create a 3-tiered system for evaluating whether a financial institution should have access. The U.S. Federal Reserve said Monday it is publishing the final guidance for novel financial institutions to access its master account. Keyword, master account. Something these firms need to participate in the global financial system. They're not going to be able to participate in the global financial system if they don't have a master account. Monday announced would seemingly move the U.S. central bank one step closer to possibly allowing, this is so key right now, listen to what I'm about to say, and I'm going to connect all these dots for you, allowing Wyoming special purpose depository institutions like Custody, Avante, and Kraken Bank. Remember what just happened with Kraken? Kraken Bank to access these accounts so they would not need intermediary banks. The Fed first proposed guidance last year, opening up requests for comments. Nearly 300 respondents filed comments, leading to a second public feedback. So basically, the central bank digital currency, your local banks, Wells Fargo, Chase, that's why Chase created his own blockchain. That's why they put Jamie Dimon back in the CEO position. The guy is, I don't agree with him, but he's super innovative. The guy can see the future. He built Onyx and blockchain and their own blockchain technology because banks are going to be completely different. They know that we don't need them anymore, so they're creating their own infrastructure, and they're going to be a customer service bank. They're going to make money off of fee income. The whole infrastructure of your banking system is going to flip. And the reason why people will use Wells Fargo and Bank of America and Chase, because it's a trusted institution in their mind. But it's going to be different. We don't need them anymore. Ethereum, you can link up with, all this stuff. You can be your own bank, but my mom or grandma's, most people aren't going to go create their own bank on a blockchain. They want a trusted name. It's going to be all about brand, and it's going to be about transaction. It's going to be about convenience. All the ads are going to start to change within 2 years, okay? So let's back up. Brian Brooks, OCC, allows federally chartered banks to custody crypto. Jay Clayton initiates a case, goes to consult for a cryptocurrency fund. Gary Gensler is the head of the SEC, who just has gone crazy on us the past 2 years. And then we had the Federal Reserve. You have to set up a master account in order to participate. At the same time, a month later, the fact sheet, the White House releases first ever comprehensive framework for responsibility of developing of digital assets. You can go read through all this. All this stuff is lockstep, month after month, okay? Then, interesting enough, this is where stuff starts to get a little wacky. Jay Clayton, the person who initiated the case against Ripple, December 2020, guys, he now sits on the board of the FDIC going into January 2022 as all the cryptocurrency seems like a fraud and they're collapsing all the cryptocurrency, showing you it's a fraud. Jay Clayton gets invited to sit on the board of the FDIC that in 2023 had their meeting in January that we presented to you, that they're worried about the bail-ins. They're getting ready for bail-ins and they don't want to notify the public. Interesting enough, at the exact same time, right after that, February 9th, about a month after that meeting, all of a sudden, Gary Gensler goes after Kraken for staking services. So your banks are about to bail in. If the public finds out, they say, we don't want to tell the public. They panic. If the public finds out, and they would be like, well, I can go to Kraken and get 20%. But remember, guys, let's go back real quick, okay? Right here, Monday announced it would be seemingly move U.S. banks one step closer to possibly allowing Wyoming special purpose depositories like Custodia, Kraken to access these accounts. You think they're not talking behind the scenes? Hey, listen, we're going to go out and sue you. We're going to use you. You're going to be one of our first. We're going to hook you up. You're going to be a crypto. You're going to be an actual bank. And you're going to get all the customers, but we got to cut out this 20%, my friend. You can't have the 20%, right? XRP, you can't be running the financial system and getting everybody, all decentralized and all that stuff. You can't have people just running. We need to fix the system first, put the rails in place. You can't be giving people 20% when we're giving 0.003% on a savings account. And then we tell them we don't have the money and we're going to bail in their bank. What are they going to do? Everybody's going to run out of the system. So let's do this. Let's put in rules in place where you can no longer do those staking things because it's deemed a security. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring all of you guys underneath the banking system in a Fed account. Okay. And once you get underneath that banking system, we can play now. We can play. Wells Fargo, you can be a crypto custody bank. You'll have a FedNow services account and you'll have a fiat currency account, which will be a digital currency. Okay. And then Coinbase, you can have a routing number and a checking account as long as you get under the master account. And if you're not, and then what we're going to do, my friends, is we're going to go out there. This is them talking. We're going to go out there and we're going to shut down all these small exchanges. And we're going to make it very difficult for the normal everyday person to get their money in and out. Okay. What do you guys think? Okay, cool. You do this. This is just my opinion, guys. And then SEC proposes rules that would change which crypto firms can custody crypto assets on February 15th, 2023. SEC Gary Gensler proposed amended federal custody requirements, expanding the rules to include assets like crypto and change that would require crypto exchanges to gain further regulatory approval. And then Binance, if we go back, our little friend here resigned to go to Binance. I think he went in there just to find out information on Binance and he bounced. And Binance is like, F you guys, I'm pulling my money from Silvergate. I think it was Silvergate where he had it at. I don't want to speak incorrectly. Anyways, yeah, so I think he pulled it from Silvergate. Silvergate's where he had all his money at. You guys can read the article. But anyways, so Binance, this was yesterday. He pulled $400 million from U.S. partner to firm managed by CZ. He's pulling out of America. So here we are. So let's walk through that once again. Okay, let me take a deep breath. I'm just really excited. Okay, so Brian Brooks leads the head legal counsel of Coinbase to the OCC. They put him in charge of our currency in America. He allows federally chartered thrifts and banks to custody crypto. Done. They can custody it. The whole time, next 3 years, they're bringing everybody under regulation. If you get under regulation, you're good to go. If not, you ain't playing, okay? Jay Clayton initiates the case. He bounces a good consult for a cryptocurrency fund. Okay, Jay Clayton goes and sits on the FDIC board. That's interesting. The FDIC board that's getting ready to bail in banks. So he's now connected to the FDIC board. And at the same time, Gary Gensler is suing crypto exchanges so they can't have these high yields so that people don't run to those when they find out they're being bailed in. I don't know. I'm just trying to connect the dots. I don't work for them. I'm just using my logical circuit. They got Bill Hinman consulting for a cryptocurrency fund, Andreessen Horowitz, who said Ethereum gets a pass, right? And we need a new Howey test to regulate these assets. I don't know, fam. You have to make your own decision. I love you guys. I appreciate you. I just want to present this information to you guys. I love you very, very much. From my family's heart to yours. This information is available to all of you guys on the internet. I'm not presenting anything you can't find yourself. So I love you. I appreciate you. We're not against anybody. There's nobody to be against, guys. That's what they want. Improve yourself and watch the world change. Warriors, get your shit together. Love you guys.